everyone, and welcome to episode 34. No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. 54. We've been doing this for a long time of Around the Kingdom, a Disney Magic Kingdoms podcast by a guy who smells a little bit better than a reindeer. Or so he thinks. Coming to you from the Enchanted Forest, I am your host, Steve Squirrel, and joining me to keep things on ice is good friend of the show, Daniel Guizar.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
So happy to have you back, Daniel. It's been way too long. And, you know, who doesn't like having you on and looking at a nice picture of a legendary chest? That's right, if you're watching live, Daniel's been replaced with a legendary chest. We're going to see if that helps with the performance of the show a little bit as far as quality sound. Because everyone wants to hear what Daniel has to say. So we'll make sure you guys can hear it. I want to make sure to thank each and every one of you who are watching or listening in any way, shape, or form as you join us and the community as we explore the wonderful world of Disney Magic Kingdoms. Before we get started, I want to thank our Patreons, Carrie Schumann, Kathy Clausen, Honeybee, Kira, Tom Higgins, Patricia Baisden, Brianne Hankey, and Jen Ben. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a site where you can pledge a few bucks each month to help support the show. So if you're able to and want to help support the show, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/AroundTheKingdom. There are other ways you could be more involved with the show also. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We have a very active Facebook group, and it's a great way to stay in touch with me and the community of the show. We also have a Discord channel where you can chat with me and other members of the community as well, so come and join us there too. The links to everything will be in the show notes and can also be found on the show's main Facebook page. The Kingdom's always changing, so for reference, the show is being recorded Tuesday, November 26th at around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, intros are out of the way. Let's get moving on with the show. Daniel, how's your week in the Kingdom been?
Okay, so my week in the Kingdom has been mainly focusing on leveling up characters. So, like I said, from before I leveled up, I leveled up the Bride to a level 8. And then I also leveled up, maxed out both Marlin and Dory thanks to the scroll, because I'm able to max out 2 characters at once, which I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
And I also upgraded Mama Milda to a level 7. And then I had to rearrange my park because of Frozen, and I had to put all those back in. I had those stored because I didn't want. And I put some of my Mulan and Big Hero 6 attractions away, so I can make room for the other 3 attractions, which hopefully they fit, because it's very difficult to place new stuff in those areas.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that, because I rearranged all my stuff to get the Frozen stuff together, but I didn't even think about the fact we're going to need 3 more Frozen attractions coming.
Yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind, because aside from the main ones, you also have to unlock the other 3, and you have to make room for those 3 also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I had to figure out where I was gonna put it and where I was not gonna put it. And yeah, and then as far as the mini event goes, should I say it or should I wait?
You can wait.
I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait on that part. I'll wait.
Okay, cool.
How was your week in the Kingdom?
My week in the Kingdom was pretty good. You know, for my main storyline, I still, like I said, I have nothing, but I was going to work on my side quests this week. So I did. I actually did a lot of side quests, like some old ones like Baloo and Flora, and just silly old side quests that I was doing. So I just got a lot of those done, starting to get through those. I did one building upgrade this week. I decided to upgrade Crush's coaster to 1. I'm still working on Nemo characters. And, as I talked about last week, you get the most bang for your buck for enchanting attractions that are newer, because you're still working on those characters, as opposed to an attraction where you already have the characters maxed out, like Mickey and Friends or something of that nature. So, so I was pretty excited to do that. It's yet another thing. I think that if I did rearrange my park at this point, I might have enough to get to the next thrill thrill level. I think it's just something I'm going to have to try. We have a long weekend here in the United States. We have Thanksgiving coming up Thursday, and then most people are off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's going to give me something to do. That's going to be my project. I will post some pictures and let you guys know how it goes. Maybe I'll get to that next thrill level.
All right.
Leveling was okay. I talked last week on the show. I did lots and lots of leveling, but I really just let things dwindle down this week. I just was finishing collecting for characters and then kind of closing things out and doing a lot of 24-hour levels. So I just wanted to make sure I had no token conflicts going into the event, and I don't. So, successfully done. And I got a lot of 24-hour levelings done out of the way. So, feels good too. I did finish leveling all my Mulan characters to 10. So that set is done.
That's great.
Because as I mentioned in the last show, Mulan's coming. Something Mulan is going to be happening. They have a new movie coming out, and Chinese New Year is at the end of January. So, it's right around the corner. So expect something Mulan related. So again, keep working on your Mulan.
You know what? Now that you mention it, that you think they'll do the mini event with 3 characters, like this Frozen mini event?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they will. I think that this is possibly a new format. They have their main event, and while they make changes to it and customize it a little bit, the format is pretty much the same, as far as timing and things go. Then you have your tower challenges, which are pretty, while they do make changes to them and, add a premium character here or whatever, you still have the same kind of timing. So maybe this mini event is going to be another thing that they can start working on.
Yeah. The thing is, sometimes, this is not the first time they've done a mini event. Mulan was the first mini event, and that was 2 weeks long.
Really?
3 sections. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was right after. Ironically, it was right after the Frozen event. It was right after the main Frozen event.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, the timing of Frozen and the timing of Mulan. Pretty much makes perfect sense. So yeah.
And it was only 2 weeks.
I wonder how we're going to. But I wonder how many characters. I guess it's not hard to add 3 characters in from a movie, especially because I think that Mushu's getting a new costume.
Well, you could add Lin Yao and Shimpo.
Yeah, that's actually pretty easy adds. So you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I did. So that's my newcomer tip of the week. It was last week, and it's going to be again now. So level your Mulan characters if you have them. If you don't have them, buy them when they go on sale. They'll probably be going on sale sometime between now and Christmas. So get them because they're going to be hot stuff, and you're not going to want to miss out on that.
All
right. On my lifetime visitors board, I'm at rank 51,107. So I'm getting ever so close to that top 50,000. So looking forward to breaking into that soon. Daniel's probably like rank 8. So we just know he's top a lot. Do you want to share? Do you know what your rank is? Do you have it in front of you?
Rank exactly? I don't remember, but I know how many lifetime visitors I have. I have about maybe 109 million.
109 million. I never look at that number.
Yeah,
I never look at that number. I always just click it and look at my rank.
Yeah, the where I am, I don't remember exactly. Last time I checked was 150, but it might be lower.
150. Wow.
That's maybe.
Awesome.
We'll see. It might be less.
I'm so lucky to have you on my show. All right, cool. Well, since all the new people want to know, how does someone get to rank number 150? Daniel's going to give you a newcomer tip of the week.
Okay. So a newcomer tip of the week is just making sure your happiness is up. And so that way you have more chances of getting the making sure that you have more more chances of getting the epic and legendary tokens, like for example, Michael Darling or Peter Pan, those type of characters, so that we have better chances of them dropping, especially if you're an ecstatic. And I know people have struggled with that because the happiness drops like it's nuts when it's dropping. The thing is, that if you have enough of the elixirs, like I do, you may have a chance of trying to use it every time because I use it all the time because I know the happiness is going to drop drastically. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep on using the safeguard, and it's fine because not I haven't had any attractions in there for a while anyway. So I'm using it as of something. But the thing is, it's hard for me because uh, especially when you hardly get any decorations or concessions. So that's one thing that's kind of difficult for some that have to go, like say if you have to go to work or go to school, or you have other things in life going on, and people can't be always logging in all the time. But happiness safeguard is one of those things that people could do if they choose to.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really good. It's
Hmm.
it's really hard. I should say it used to be really hard to come up with that kind of
Hmm.
elixir. Elixir was really really hard to come by, but now it's just a couple of benches.
Right.
So yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for that. I hope that that helps
Hmm.
someone out there. Because that is the goal of the show. All right, so let's move on into our show news. In our show news, the only thing we have to really talk about as far as the show goes is that, like I said, I'm working on getting some improvements to my machine. I think that I kind of underestimated how much power juice I was going to need when I got this machine a year and a half ago, I guess, when I first was going to even think about doing the show. So working on some of that. So stay tuned. Hopefully, I'll get some cool new upgrades and I can share with you, especially over the Black Friday weekend.
Hmm.
And we have a $10 Windows contest that's going to be coming up for a $10 gift card to the Windows platform in the United States. Um, that is going to be coming up probably sometime over this weekend. We'll pop it up. It'll be up for about a week. So stay tuned to our Facebook group. That's where we will post the contest. I'll also
Mm.
mention it on Twitter as well. So make sure you're following us there
Hmm.
at
That's a good
AT.
Black Friday. Hey, good Black Friday opportunity.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. And let's move on into some game news now. For the people who aren't on Kindles, a new patch came out this week to fix the pink snowman. It was a bug fix patch. There might have been other bugs that were fixed, but the pink snowman was what was fixed. I thought the pink snowman was pretty awesome. So that makes me sad. Did you build a pink snowman?
I actually didn't do it, but the first time I actually, what the first time I saw it the first time on one of Disney Girl's videos. Actually, she was sending them to build a snowman, and there was that pink snowman. There's
Yeah.
yeah, I saw the pink snowman. I didn't do it, but I have seen screenshots and all these other things. I
Yep.
do have him in his costume though. I will say that.
Yes. So the pink snowman was awesome. But DMK decided they didn't want the pink snowman anymore. So the patch was put out. No big deal. Minor patch.
Right. Hmm.
So speaking of patches and things, the Kindle was delayed. Um, the
Yeah.
For some reason the patch did not get out to the Kindle um,
Right.
on time. Amazon was delayed in putting it out, and so they did get it ready to go out, so it went live, I believe, today. Or was it today or
Mm.
yesterday? Um, Monday. Yesterday. So
Mm.
it went live. However, it did not go live for Kindle players that had 1 gig of RAM or less.
Wow.
So that's the old Kindle Fires and the Kindle Fire HD and HDXs that were from 2012 and 2013.
Wow.
So if you're using one of them old devices, you did not get the patch. I have a really old iPad that my daughter uses. I don't have Disney Magic Kingdoms on there, but I couldn't even imagine it running on there. Um,
Oh yeah, it probably sucks already.
yeah, so
Because you know what? Before I moved to from a 5 to a 7, the 5 when I had an iPhone 5 at the time and I was playing DMK, it was super buggy,
oh yeah,
extremely buggy. It was hard to play on it, so I had to change my phone.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, so that's it. So hopefully you guys all get your patches soon. Disney Magic Kingdoms is going to be sending gifts to Amazon players, in-game gifts for their, you know, for them being so understanding. So I wonder what they're going to get. I'm interested to see. If you are a Kindle user, I'd love to see what reward you get. So let me know. What else is going on in the game? There is a Thanksgiving bundle. If you are not in the United States, we are celebrating something called Thanksgiving. This is a pretty big holiday for us in the United States. It's just where we eat and get together. So there is a Thanksgiving bundle out for $2.99, which has 5 character scrolls. Those are the ones used to level up multiple people at the same time. And a pumpkin pie stand that looks very delicious. So did you buy the bundle? Do you already have the stand?
Well, I already have the stand, so I didn't see it. I mean, I see the point of getting it for it because you have the scrolls, but I could actually buy those with elixirs for 600. But I don't buy them all the time though. I just buy it when I need it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I only buy the scrolls as I need them. I'm actually really trying to save them for tower challenges. So
Hmm.
because like when you know who's coming,
Hmm.
you know exactly who you need. I'm curious to see if those um, the pumpkin pie stands are available to purchase with gems. I don't think you can do that anymore, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can buy them anymore. I'm gonna look.
Uh-uh.
No, they're not. So, all right. I liked when they did that though. I liked when you could purchase the thematic um, stand with gems and not just with cash. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes you know what? It's funny that you mention these things because back in the day, before they came up with these bundles, I mean, there's still bundles back then here and there, but I mean, at least you had the opportunity to buy them with gems. The concessions, especially specifically the concession stands, because before this whole chest and all these things that they've been changing up, in the early years, it was just they've always been you had either two choices: either you buy the concession with gems as a bundle, or you just buy the concession with gems, no
Yeah.
problem,
Yep.
and you can buy as many as you want.
Yep. I
No
like
limit.
that. I like that a lot. It's they definitely took it away and put it into chests and did
Yeah.
not. Um,
It's unfortunate though.
yeah, it is. It's unfortunate
Yeah.
because it's nice. Like if you want to celebrate Thanksgiving and you want to get a pumpkin pie stand, you should be able to get a pumpkin pie stand and not have to spend cash.
Right.
One of the
Yeah.
things that I used to always talk about in this game, and I'm going on a tangent for a second, but I used to always say that everything was accessible in this game without paying for money. So for the free-to-play player, if you play hard enough, you play long enough, you'll be able to acquire all the content without paying for it.
Right.
But that's not necessarily true anymore.
Nope.
And so,
The way how this game has changed, it became more of okay. See, here's what I'm noticing. In the beginning, it was all easy going. It was you took your time, you did your main storyline, you did this. There were events going on, yes, but it was difficult times, but it was still manageable to do all these things. But the thing is, sometimes nowadays, now with these whole enchantment, the thrill level, all these things and the chest, now it's all of a gamble now. Think about it, and you have to strategize more.
yep, there's a lot more that goes into it, and that's
Yeah,
for sure. It's definitely
but,
become more complex.
right, it's a complex game now.
Yep.
And it's something that I remember. referring to Disney Girl's video, that she was saying that she said that now it's starting to become a complex video, and I do agree with that. It is a complex game now.
Yeah.
Because like she's saying that like if a kid was playing it, they wouldn't understand the way how this game would work.
Yeah. I think that if they ease their way in, I think that if you start at the beginning, you're not going to get these enchantments and you're not going to get all these things
No.
right off the bat. They kind of give it to you slowly and they pace it out. But it would be interesting, like, for someone, like, because I just don't have, it's something I wanted to do. I just don't have the time. But it'd be interesting to try the new player experience. Get a fresh account and start from
like restart it all.
Yeah, start from scratch on like play on a different platform, play on Windows or something, and see what does a new person that's playing the game now.
How valuable is it
in 2019? What's the difference? What are the sticky points? What seems too confusing? You know what I mean? Like, it would be a good test to do that.
I will say this though: if you do restart from scratch and everything, I will say the Toy Story and Mickey and Friends relics are going to be much more handy now.
Yes, and easier to level.
Yes, it'll be much easier now. But even without the enchantments, they're easy to level up anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So anyway, that's what's going on there. And finally, the last thing to talk about as far as game news outside of the event is the December rewards. The voting is done. All of the voting that was we talked about, where there were different days on the calendar that you were able to vote for to see what you wanted for the reward. The voting is done, and so here's what we'll be getting on the specific days. So the 1st of December, everyone will be getting 20 common scrolls, which is actually pretty good. It's a whole enchantment's worth. On the 5th, will be 15 of the Disney relics, which those are used for Cinderella, right?
The Princess Fantasy Fair.
Yeah.
And the Princess Fantasy Fair and the storybook one. I forgot what it's called. The fairy tale. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one too.
Okay, and then on the 10th, 10 Pirates of the Caribbean relics. On the 15th, you have a attraction enchantment chest. On the 20th, you have 5 Bambi relics. On the 25th is the special. I don't even remember what they call it, but it's not a sapphire chest, but it's like a gift chest or something like that, right?
That's basically like a sapphire chest. Because, credit to Matt Rodriguez, he was the one that showed the screenshots showing that was for all premium characters from the main storyline, and if you have all of them, you get 100 gems.
Awesome. So the Ringmaster would be part of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will finally get him.
Do you have everybody?
Except the Ringmaster.
Oh, okay. So that means you'll have a chance of getting the Ringmaster.
Yes.
Yes, you'll have a chance.
It won't be a chance, right? You're guaranteed.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed it, right? Like, it's not a chance, is it?
I hope it is, because that would be disappointing if you didn't get it.
Yeah, but that would be me. I would open the chest and I'd get 5 elixir.
Yeah, that would just be dumb mean. but I'm saying that for sure, if you have every premium, which in my case it would be 100 gems.
Right, that's what it was in the Sapphire chest last year. I remember.
Right. That's what I had last year.
But they had attractions in the chests, in Sapphire chests also.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
too. There was premium attractions and characters.
Right.
So.
Do you have all the premium attractions?
Hmm.
You have all the premium.
Yes? Actually, wait a minute. No, I don't have the Reflections of China.
Ooh.
Don't have that.
No, but these are main storyline though.
Ah, right. That's right.
They're all main storyline. Reflection of China as an event.
Yep, that was just yeah.
So
So
technically, that wouldn't be in there.
no, great Ringmaster. That's what I've been waiting for.
Mhm.
You actually gave me the idea. You actually gave me the idea, I believe. Where you're like, whatever, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll just wait till Christmas. Do you still have someone that you're waiting for Christmas on?
uh,
No, you have everyone,
actually,
right?
no. I actually have everyone,
Yeah,
so I don't have to worry about any. Okay, well, 100 gems.
yeah.
I can't. I won't complain on that.
Well, the Ringmaster is worth like 500 gems. So
There you go.
there you go. I'm excited for that. So I hope everyone gets a nice, good chest then.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last day was the 31st of December, and that is the peppermint stand. So good stuff coming in December.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into Frozen 2. That is the main event that's been going on that started today. The patch came out last week, and we had some lead in up to it with good old Teal Avion's advice. I was able to start the event with like almost 900 EC. Some people well over 1,000. Did you set your characters up, Daniel, to go into the event?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear.
Did you set your characters up like so like that when the event started you hopefully would have a whole bunch of EC from collecting?
Oh yeah, like oh you mean when they have them on their send them on their quest? You mean?
Yeah, so like that once the event started you could collect them all and
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. But this time I actually didn't do that. I didn't do that this time because what I did was I sent everybody like 8 hours, and so once when I logged into the game in the morning, I would just see who would collect EC and who didn't collect EC. I didn't want to send anybody 24 hours yet. So what I did was I did got a few here and there that could collect currency, specifically my Frozen characters. But like there were like characters like I sent Buzz Lightyear one, but he got currency for 8 hours, so that was a good plus. I got less than 1,000, but it was like 900 something currency EC that I got to start off with, and then I just went every hour from there. And I'm surprised there were quite a few characters that could collect currency. Like for example, Donald Duck. I didn't expect him to get currency.
okay, yeah. I hear you. I know that I know that there were quite a few characters that surprised me, but once
Mm-hmm.
again, Teal really knocked it out of the park with her
Mm-hmm.
predictions, and
Yeah, she's really good with that.
yeah, she's really good. So
She's really good with.
yeah, so there we go. We had that. So it began today, and we find that Anna is looking for Elsa. That is
Mm-hmm.
the main kind of story for this. So one of the first things that there was after is that you get presented with is that you can welcome Anna, which is cool. For the people that didn't have her, you're able to welcome her, and let's see. I'm just trying to pull up a whole bunch of notes that I have here. So Anna is 3 snowflakes, 1 Arrendale medallion, 1 Anna's ears to welcome, and 250 EC. So
That's
yeah,
not hard actually.
no, pretty easy to welcome. Gets you right
Yeah.
on track. And then the next thing you have to do is to get
Mm-hmm.
Anna's travel outfit because
Right.
she needs to be able to go out and she needs to travel to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 snowflakes, 6 Arrendale medallions, 10 travel fabrics, and 500 EC gets you Anna's travel outfit. Have you gotten it yet, Daniel?
I did. I just got it about an hour ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Awesome.
I
So
got it not too long ago. Yeah.
so did you finish collecting for it
Or did I gem it?
or no, like did you finish collecting for it or did you finish welcoming it?
Well, here's what I did. I bought I bought some of the medallions because they were in elixirs for 250, I think it was, or
Oh, okay.
230. So I bought those and I I wanted to get those out of the way so there wouldn't be any conflicts with the fabrics. So I did that. I got that out of the way, and then easily I got like about four fabrics easily because in tokens they were easy to drop.
Right.
They weren't hard. They weren't hard to get by. And I was only with two left, and I was like, I was only two left. So, and I wanted to see how I would have to pay with gems if I was to skip it. And it said 16 gems.
Wow.
That was super tempting.
Yeah.
So I was like, So I thought about it. I said, well, should I just gem the two fabrics, or should I just gem it with 16 gems right away? And I said, you know what? Just gem it for 16 gems. It was only two fabrics. It was not that much.
No.
It was only a little bit. So I went on ahead and I gemmed it.
So you now have, you have the travel thing now. You've got it, and you're on your next quest.
Yes.
Okay.
She's on a 2-hour quest now.
Okay. Great.
She's on. I think Bruni comes out too. She has a side quest also.
Yeah. Send Anna to look for Elsa, and then there'll be another one where you have to send Anna to keep looking, and then you will then have to welcome Ryder. That will be the end of chapter 1.
Which is more than enough time, anyways, because you won't be able to get to him until Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, there's plenty of time. You know, it doesn't feel rushed. The pacing seems good. The drops are common and uncommon so far, so it seems good. What I have to say is that visually, they knocked it out of the park in this round. The screen, and I'm holding it up here, is really, really beautifully well done. It's different, you know. It looks different than the other screens. You know, like
Right.
it's not a copy and paste. You know, they didn't use the same thing and just kind of change it up a little bit. They didn't use the same UI. They totally redesigned it.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. The way that you tab through the different, like spirit type icons, like they even made it like in like the shape of little spirit things. They did a nice job. It looks good. It feels good. You know, so whoever's doing the artwork and the UI design, and should get a raise, because it's really, really well done. So and it's noticeable. Like those things we notice. You know, like they're not little. So great job there.
I have to say that in every event that goes by, it's always been creative with the characters screen, because I mean every event that I've seen is unique in each one. I've noticed. So I think they all do an amazing job at that. Yeah. And even the animations they have done well with, and they have improved a lot on. The only thing I will complain about is land. That's the only thing they're failing on right now.
More land.
That's the only thing you're failing on. Everything else is good. Can you
imagine what these 1 gig Kindle players, how they would be doing if there was more land?
Right.
Their game wouldn't even load.
No, it wouldn't.
Their game wouldn't even load. Poor Kindle people. All right.
Poor. Yeah.
All right. So what else do we got here? So the Fire Spirit was available right off the bat as well. As your premium character, you could get the Fire Spirit and enough tokens to get the Fire Spirit to level 2 for $3.99. And it says that he helps with both characters that you're going to need in Chapter 1. You could also get him for 300 gems as well. How did you? I know you got him. So how did you get him?
The bundle. I didn't like the price tag on the gems.
300?
That was a lot.
That's not bad.
For Bruni, it was a lot. That was a lot for him.
You think so? Yeah,
I think it was.
No, I was fine spending the gems. You know, I have the gems.
Yeah.
I was.
Well,
okay.
it was only $4 though. So
yeah,
it's not a lot though. But at least I got him to level 2, so There's my
Yes.
advantage there. But yeah, 300 gems is. I mean, it's not bad if you have a lot like someone I know. But still, I mean, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'd rather spend my gems on the actual attraction than Bruni.
Well, I'm going to
That's
spend
just
my
me.
gems on all of them. That's where my gems are going.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna spend it on the. Well, actually, I'm gonna do it on the actual attraction because most of the times the attractions that are premium, they mainly do it on the with the you know how they always add the relics and for the
the
enchantments.
attraction enchantment
Yeah,
bundles.
yeah. I'm not a big fan of those. I don't like those.
Yeah, well,
Even in the last event of the Coco event, I didn't even bother buying the bundle on that one. So I just bought it with gems, and it was 150, which is not bad.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm not a fan of the attraction enchantment bundles. Like, I really wanted to start enchanting some Frozen stuff, and it's like 20 relics
Right.
to enchant one of these things, and they're common, but there's too many relics.
And they keep repeating them.
They're just too many relics. You have so many relics that it's
Hmm.
just ridiculous.
Right.
You're always getting Mickey and Friends and Toy Story and all these relics out of these chests, and it seems like it's never ending.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where you're consistently adding. I mentioned this before. You're consistently adding new tokens to the pool.
Right.
So you have Frozen tokens this time, and you still have your Coco tokens, and then you have all this stuff, and then every time they're releasing new stuff. So now you have Bambi tokens, and you have all these things, and it's just never ending. And it's for you to get the token you need is hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. It's very difficult. I know. And that's the thing that I have always been up against. They should just have a certain amount of relics, and once they're maxed out, they shouldn't be bothering in the chest anymore. It should be less now. Now there should be more of the new ones and less of the old ones.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not like that. And that's why it was. I think that's what frustrated a lot of people when they had to enchant the princess dressing room to a level 3. That was difficult.
Yeah. I
Uh,
agree. That was really,
uh,
really hard to do.
yeah.
Okay, so that's what. So he was available at the beginning. The winter scenery, as we mentioned, was back, which we all like.
Hmm.
Um,
It
so yeah,
lacked Christmas decorations, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
It lacked Christmas decorations, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's what they did.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so again, new costumes. So we're really just at the beginning of this. So we know we're getting Anna's travel costume. We know Elsa's travel costume's coming down the pipe. We know that we're gonna get
Hmm.
attractions coming soon. There's the
Right.
Stone Giant Waterfall, the Enchanted Forest, and then the Water Spirit Wave Ride. All really awesome looking attractions. Um, and yeah, that's about it.
Hmm.
Now, supposedly Olaf was supposed to be offered as a premium character. I haven't seen his bundle. I already have Olaf. Um,
Yeah.
so
I haven't seen it either.
okay,
I did see a pop up that it was for the legendary chest, and I saw Olaf in it.
yeah, I would assume he'd be in it. Everything's in it.
Yeah. Speaking of the enchantments, if you enchant the Wandering Oaken to level 1, you'll be able to get one of Ryder's tokens. His
Yes,
rope.
I saw that.
Hmm.
That's why an enchantment attraction bundle is going to be very tempting, for sure.
Yeah.
But
Unless
okay,
they're not that hard.
yeah. All right, so that's really it. We don't really have a whole lot to talk about. Anything else you want to talk about, Daniel, about the Frozen event?
No. No, not really. No. Oh, I will say one last thing. The Bruni's welcoming screen, I actually did like. I liked the way how it was introduced with the fire and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, they did a great job.
Yeah.
They've consistently been up in their game, though. I will say I think that Miguel Rivera's welcoming screen is still probably one of my favorites of all time.
Hmm.
They really did a great job with that one.
Yeah. I like Mama Imelda's.
Yeah.
Where she goes up on stage and she goes like, "Oh, oh,
Yeah.
hi."
And also Flash. If you want to go back, the Flash where he just kind of like pops up, sticks his head up. Yeah, one of my favorites. It always made me and my daughter laugh a lot. So that's why they need to have these welcoming screens again. You know, like
Yeah,
they need to. I harped on it last episode, so I'm just gonna briefly say it. But they need to make it so you can watch welcoming animations again.
make a button for it.
Make a button. Make the button. That's it. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
make a
I'm
button.
gonna
So
I'm
as a
gonna make
repeat.
I'm gonna make a button that says make the button, and I'm gonna send it to all the Game Loft employees until they actually make this button. But seriously, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's it. So there's nothing else really to talk about. That's where we're at right now. Getting Honest Trail of a costume, setting around on some quests to look for Elsa, and then welcoming Ryder. So
Right.
that's where we're at in the game. Um, yeah. So there's not a whole much more to talk about. If you've seen the movie, I'd love to get a post going. Let's get a post going in our Facebook group. If you've seen the movie, I want to know your thoughts on the characters that they chose to welcome. So Ryder, Honey,
Honey Marin.
Marin, and Bruni. Okay, I like Bruni as an addition. I'm not really sold on Ryder and Honey Marin as additions to the game. I feel like they were barely in the movie.
Well, to be fair, don't you think they were added in the movie because maybe they didn't want to give spoilers? Others who haven't seen it.
Like into the game?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't
I'm
think
not
that they
sure.
specifically chose characters that wouldn't be spoilers. They could have added the the guard who was lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Arrendale guard. I think would be a much more of a better of addition as a choice. He was a significant character in the movie. Like the
I
only
see.
thing that I remember Ryder doing in the whole movie is talking like a reindeer. Like really, like I don't even know. Like I was trying to pay specific attention to these characters, and like I understand that their tribe is like significant, but
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get why they made them characters. I feel like there could have
So,
been better choices.
hmm so one of the things I've noticed people were complaining on social media, specifically on other groups. I think all groups. I think they were all complaining, saying that the costumes. Uh, they say that they could have done the last costume of Elsa, but again, I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know. I don't know the reason. I don't know why they didn't do it, but you know. And then there was that Queen Anna. I know. Spoiler. Spoiler. But
I
I don't
don't feel
want
like
to.
they needed to do anything with Anna. Elsa's
Nah.
last costume is awesome, but
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. It
I don't
looks
know.
nice, actually.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're giving it's two costumes. I'm surprised comfy costumes weren't part of this as well.
I think the reason why the comfies didn't appear was probably because they didn't want to overwhelm so many stuff in there.
Yeah.
But speaking of comfy costumes, uh, notice in the December calendar, have you noticed there was Radiant and Magical Chest towards the end of December?
Yeah.
A Tower Challenge, and there's a Wreck-It Ralph legendary chest.
Yeah.
So you know what that means, right? Another Tower
That
Challenge.
Wreck-It Ralph usually means battle bots, doesn't it?
No, it's the virus. It's the virus.
Okay.
It's the virus, I think.
Well,
But I don't know. I could be wrong. But
yeah.
if it is Wreck-It Ralph, they could add an else country costume.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Maybe.
All right. So that's it for Frozen. I'm looking forward to continuing the event.
Hmm
Let us know what your thoughts are. hit us up on Twitter at ATK Podcast, Facebook.com/ATK Podcast, or search for Daniel's group, Disney Magical Kingdoms Champions. So you can check them out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we really don't have many other segments this week. It's been a very busy week, and we have Thanksgiving coming up. So we're just going to kind of move along. We do have one question, and it was from Elliot. Elliot wants to know why doesn't Disney Magic Kingdoms have things balanced when collections first appear in the game? Why do they do it over time? Daniel, do you know the answer to this question?
It could probably be that they were testing it out. They weren't out because let's think this. A while back, when they first started with events, they didn't think about balancing changes or any of that stuff. And now that they have done they've been successful with these events. I think now they're starting to get the hang of these things, and I think they're trying to balance out. Because I think the reason why they add more tokens and route and common tokens and all that stuff is to keep you busy.
Yep.
And whereas people who did earlier events and were leveling up and they maxed them out quickly, I think that was one of the main complaints that people have when it was so easy to level them up. They would say, "Oh, it's so easy. It's getting boring."
Yep.
I heard people would say that.
Yep.
And I think that's what the MK went with that feedback. And ever since that, they've been increasing the tokens.
Yeah.
That's why I think they've been balancing out the amount of tokens and the amount of potions and currency and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I that's definitely why they did that initially, and that why they're doing character sets over time. But they've also made it clear too that when during an event, they have different requirements that are usually lower during the event to kind of help with the pacing of the event. So that's why after an event, a set that just ended with an event is going to get balanced as well. So
Right.
So they're doing it for multi faceted reasons. So
I'm just surprised that they didn't did any increasing on Bambi. And it was just only on Frozen.
yeah.
But I think the reasoning for that was because it was Frozen. And since Frozen is one of those, it's an event, that's why they aimed at them instead of Bambi.
Maybe they just let it go.
Maybe. Maybe.
Or maybe they had the idea, but it went into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown.
See, and here's the funny part. The bride, the common tokens. You know how many common tokens it needs to go from level 8 to level 9?
How many? 40.
No.
80.
80. You need 80 to get to a level 9.
Yeah. And 90 to go
9.
to 100, right?
I don't think so. Well, hasn't it usually been 100?
100 to get to 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of the times, because I recently maxed out on finding Marlin and Dory, and they both needed 100 those common tokens. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Keeps you really busy.
It does.
Click,
you have to be logging in every hour.
Click. Yep.
That's all.
Cool. So that I think about does it. Short show this week. Lot going on. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up. We're gonna skip everything else for this week. Just kind of keep it short. We're under an hour, so that's good. So anyway, listen. Again, I'm looking to make some improvements to my computer. See if we can get some better quality going, so that we can hear our guests and see our guests and not have them all breaking up. I don't know why it happens with some more than others, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to give you guys as good of a show as I can possibly give. And yeah, we have the Thanksgiving holiday. So for everyone that celebrates Thanksgiving, I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you are safe. There's lots of storms coming to the West Coast. So please be safe and enjoy lots of turkey. Make sure you gobble it all up. There's your dad joke of the week right there. Don't make sure you gobble up your turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Hey, I got a joke for you.
All right.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Hear it? Okay. What do they throw butter out the window?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
To make butterfly.
This is my daughter's favorite joke, and I'll do it with a turkey. Why did the turkey cross the road?
Why?
To get to your house. Knock knock.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Now you just go. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
The turkey.
The turkey. The turkey who?
The turkey that went to your house. Never mind. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. We're going to wrap up here. If you want to be more involved with the show, you can follow us on Twitter at ATK Podcast and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/ATK Podcast. Check out Daniel's page at facebook.com and search for Disney Magical Kingdom Champions. Here you'll find out before anyone else about breaking news. We hear information and contests and giveaways when new shows are published, and of course my ramblings and photos from my day-to-day playing. The show's Facebook group is up, and it's a great way to easily interact with me and other fans of our show as we talk about our favorite game. The link to our group will be in the show notes and can also be found on the show's main Facebook page. Also, you can write into the show. Our email address is aroundthekingdompodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the show, what's working, what's terrible, or any other topic you want to write in about, or even if you just want to say hi. Elliot wrote in. He wanted to say hi. Hi, Elliot. We are now on YouTube. We've been on YouTube for a while. If you want to get and watch the show and see me and my awesome guests or pictures of legendary chests, then head on over, subscribe to our channel, like the video, smash the bell to get notified when a new show goes live. If you want to help support the show, please head on over to iTunes, subscribe to the podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. Doing this is quick and easy, costs you nothing, but helps us greatly to be seen by other people. Listening to shows all we could ask for, but if you want to support us in another way, check out our page at patreon.com/aroundthekingdom. It would be a great way to show your support for about $1 an episode. Thanks again for joining us this week. For myself and Daniel, I want to wish you an awesome week, and we will see you around the kingdom next week.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Let it go. Let it go.